Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. Welcome back. I want to thank you for all the subscribers watching all these videos. Really, my goal is to create these videos so a brand new person can use the information and be able to get into the hobby. It is really a wonderful hobby and very rewarding to bring back something that totally dead back to life and sing again. This is a Philco, as you see, is in very great condition. Just a few scratches over it. It's right here, a little chip here. This is belong to my good friend Bruce. He doesn't know this. I'm gonna fix this for him. It's gonna be his birthday soon, so we can bring it to him and surprise him. Inside is in very good condition. It doesn't have the back, but you see everything is here, and it seems like it's in excellent condition. Of course, he told me he cut the wires years ago because he didn't want anybody plug it in. His wife told me she bought this many years ago up north, in garage sale, I believe, and she paid about, I think, 25 cents for it or so. Some people sell stuff they have no clue how much it's really worth. So this is my plan. I'm gonna take the chassis out and check it out. Hopefully I can fix this for him so I can give it to him for his birthday. Is coming soon. He doesn't know about this, so I'm not gonna upload this in YouTube until I present this to him, because he's one of the good subscriber. I don't want to see this, that I'm fixing it for him. It's supposed to be a surprise. And again, these are just a surface scratch. I can polish this out, but as you can tell, it's in very good condition. Alright, so let's start taking it apart. Of course, these two knobs gonna come out, and in the bottom there is about 3 screws here that need to come out. I'll put it here in the pad so it get damaged. I always do that. That's the mouse pad. And this one is in excellent shape. It's in great shape. So whoever had this radio before them, you really take care of it. So let's start working on this for his birthday. You see the speakers, everything is looking good. Alright, this is going to be next project. It's going to be fun to work on this for him. I'm excited to present this to him so he can play it in his man cave. And I think you just pulled this out. It came out pretty simple. Of course, all this needs to be clean. With this, are be very careful. If they don't come out, just be gentle with it. You don't want to break them. See, this one is a little hard. So just jiggle it around a little bit, keep pulling it, jiggling it. So keep doing that, take your time, it comes out. See, they start rusting out here. That's why it has a hard time to come out soon. When I want to put this in, I'm going to lubricate all this, so next time they can come out much easier. So let me take those 3 screws and take it out of the chassis. It might have some type of trick to this. I have somehow to remove this dial cord to see how they set it up. What I will do, I'm going to take a bunch of pictures to see how they set this dial cord so I can take it out without damaging anything or damaging the antenna. See, the antenna is loose here, so I'm going to glue that back in when I finish with it. And so this is where they started. It comes across. There's a little slot here, goes between a slot. It hooks up to the shaft here, this portion of the shaft. I'm drawing this on the paper, as you can tell, so later on I know how it goes together. It's a little complicated, so let me take some picture, at least where I have some picture as well. Always take picture, even drawing, even I do drawing, I also do pictures. Let me check this out. It's hard to video and do this at the same time. So I'm going to take it out of this. I'm going to release it from up here, like that. See how it come off? See what they did right here. I think after I take the chassis, then I can see how they put the other one together. Okay, now that is released, from one side is released. Now we can actually, as I mentioned, bring the chassis out. There's again 3 screws that need to come out, so the chassis comes out of the cabinet. Let me unscrew this, 3 of them. Here's the last one. Sometimes this antenna is glued here. If it's glued, you have to release them. You see, it's not glued anywhere. I think through the years, the glue comes apart. Now, I need to take a picture where this antenna goes. You see, one side is not hooked up to anything. You need to look at your schematic and find the solder that actually need to be soldered. You see, one side of antenna is soldered right here on the variable. You cannot see a variable condenser, so I've got to take a picture of this as well. When you pull this out, this is on the way, so you have to be careful how I'm gonna do this. I don't want to remove this part. Let's see if I can remove the chassis without removing this, because this has those plugs here like that, and I don't want to take them apart if I don't have to. Maybe I have no option and I need to take it out. Let me try. I think it's going to be easier if I can unsolder this, get it away, so it doesn't get damaged. Okay, this is out. It was just wrapped around it. You can put this aside so it doesn't get damaged. So what I did to move the chassis out of here, I pulled the string here all the way back here. You pull it and then slide it out. If this is stand right here, there was no way I could take it out, so I have to do this way and pull it out. I'm glad I didn't need to take that out. Need to remember this before I put it back together. Inside this cabinet just needs some cleaning, that's all it needs. Seems like some back's capacitor they melted here. We put this aside as well. Okay, before taking this radio out to clean it, as you see, it's very dusty, and the speaker still is in good condition. So there's 6 vacuum tubes here. I'm going to document it so I have it later on. I know where they're being installed. So when you pull the tubes out, be very careful. Try to hold here instead of the glass. If you yank it, this comes out of the base. It's all glued in. So you see, the pens are very small pens. See, each of these tubes has a key. So when you pull it out, I've been told, to pull it toward the key and it comes out. So let me try the other one. See how dusty it is? They use 27B7. We double check. Yeah, there is 2 of them. Okay, all the tubes are out. Now I can take it outside and clean it. It's very dusty. So you have all this is documented. So later on when I want to put it together, I know where they go. Alright, it's much cleaner, huh? Take it outside or use the paintbrush and brush all the dust off. Even the speaker. Not the entire speaker, wherever the dust was. So let's look at under the chassis. Of course, this is a dial bulb, and I don't know how that is hooked up because it was loose in there, but we're going to figure it out. Let's look outside. You see, the tag is also in excellent condition, and those are stickers I'm talking about. They're in excellent condition. The radio is in really great condition. It seems like everything is original. So I'm going to start taking the capacitors, all these capacitors out one by one with the new capacitors. Check all the resistors to see if they're okay or not, and then we take it from there. But before we get started, the first thing we do, we're gonna cover this speaker as the first thing. The reason I didn't cover it because I want to get rid of all the dust inside the speaker. So let me cover this, then we're gonna start working on replacing all those capacitors. So I cut a couple of pieces of cereal box This is what I'm going to use to cover the speaker. The 2 layers should be fine. See, it's going to protect it. Alright, cardboard is in. If anything hit it, it's not going to damage the speaker. So let's start working under the chassis. Trying to secure this so it doesn't move around. Might just take this out. Alright, let's see what they done to this radio. I'm gonna take this wire cord out, of course. So I need to document where everything goes so I can put it together. As you know, I don't take all the capacitors out at the same time because it's become overwhelming, confusing. So I usually replace them one at a time if I can. So let me see which one. I think this is what I'm going to do. Of course, this need to be replaced. It seems like this was replaced because it's too loose here. Yeah, this was replaced in the past. The negative in the back, of course, yeah, here it marked it. And there's a 3 capacitors goes out. Why 3 of them? We will find out, right? Yeah, definitely somebody installed that because the type of soldering you see, these are not manufacturer soldering. This is somebody else did it. And let me start documenting all this stuff before I get started. Since under the chassis is so crowded where the tubes are, it's so hard to see where the tube key is. It's so hard to tell where it is. Let me show you what I do. So here from the top, you see this is where the keys are. So this is much easier to see. See, these are where they are. So since, as I mentioned, these are easier to see, so I'm going to draw this here. So this is where the key is. When I'm talking about the tube key, each tube, they have certain thing right here. That's where the key is. That's where it locked in this position. When you lock it in, those are the key. So I'm going to draw it right here, all of them. So this is the top view. Then if you turn the paper around, you will see where they are. That is going to be under the chassis. So this is under the chassis. Hopefully that makes sense. You know, again, because the tubes were so close under the chassis, I couldn't see the pens. All right, let me finish this. All right, now we are looking at under the chassis. So what I did, I started marking all the numbers. Usually the way you do it, I do this one is the last one. Where the pen is, this is under the chassis. Where the pen is, you start counting clockwise. This is again under the chassis. So where the pen is, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, goes all the way up to 8. So as you see, I mark all this. I'm going to mark this as well. See, it's matching all those 4s up there. So when I start taking capacitors out, I can mark them where they come off. So later on I remember where to install them. And this one is on and off switch. So that's what I do. Again, I prepare all this in the beginning so to make my job easier, alright? If you have electronic background, you know, you don't need to do this. So for those of you just got started, or you don't have an electronic background, I highly suggest to do this. If you cut the wire or remove a capacitor, if you don't know where the pins are, where it actually came off, it's going to be very hard to figure it out. Even if you look through the schematic is not laid this way, drawing the pins of the space they have. This is what usually helped me a lot. Hopefully going to help you as well. So what I do next, this is the power cord. I'm going to cut it off. You see stuff falling apart right here. Of course, I'm going to remove this as well. I want to see where this power cord goes. Of course, one side, which is a positive, I always put positive to the switch. That way, when you turn it off, it's safe to touch the chassis. You know, if somebody touched the chassis, the back of the radio is open. So I always put positive here, and the negative goes to the tube. So this is what I will do. I'm going to cut it off with this tool. Is always good to have. Okay. Be careful, don't cut anything else. Move this aside. Alright, let's check this out. Here, the negative, if you look at under the chassis, the pen is right here. Let me show you on the drawing. That's why you draw this. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the tube, the second tube's 35Y4, and it seems like it's being soldered to pen 1. Now you see why I draw this, right? Because if you cut it later on, the last thing you do, you solder the power cord after everything is replaced. You're not going to remember if you don't, take a note. So it goes right here, pen 1. And again, if I look here, it's so hard to show you. That's where the key is. You see the key here? That is pen 1. And that is where being soldered to. See if I move it around, it's right there. So I'm going to now mark that drawing so I don't forget. Power. Right here. Okay? Of course, this is a power switch. There is 2 connection here for power switch. And the other one is hooked up right here. So this one going to be also, I call it power, with a plus here. There's a capacitor that comes from here, goes to this tube. And so I can draw that as well. Again, you see what I'm doing, right? Make sure to take a good document. You don't want to start cutting them off. Believe me, you're not going to remember. If you just got to start it again and do this as a hobby, you have to document. Because if you put one wire in different place, it will not work. The radio will not work. Then it's so hard to figure out where they actually go. Hopefully all this stuff helping you. Let me show you something. Somebody replaced this a long time ago. These are old capacitors. You see how much solders they put here? And if you look at other side, I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a big glob here. I mean, you see that? These are all solder. I mean, it's a humongous, it's a big mass. To bring it close to you, see? We're talking about this one right here. Too much solder. You don't want to use too much solder. What I want to do, I'm going to remove some of this solder to be able to see the pen. They put too much stuff here. You cannot even tell what pen they soldered it to. It's ridiculous. That's weird. Hopefully it's not because they broke the pen. Sometime, when they break the pen, they try to use too much solder on it. We will find out after removing the solder. Hopefully the pen is okay. If it's not, I'm in big trouble because I don't have those type of tube socket. Let me remove it to see what's going on. At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thanks my subscribers with their uplifting comments. You always encourage me to upload more videos since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you. Enjoy all these videos and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel and you will be notified when a new video being uploaded. You have a great day.